Megan, what are you doing?
You don't look like my grandma.
She's not your grandma.
I'm so lonely.
Baby, please just...
Maybe I can come in.
Megan, no!
From a family taking a wrong turn on a road trip.
Oh my God, Jim. We should ask them. Maybe they know.
To a town that eats the people who try to leave.
I've missed you so much.
And 4 seasons later, the road still loops back. And if you think 4 seasons bought these people an answer, you're dead wrong. This is every rule, every death, and every revelation in From. And the one question the show still refuses to close. Season 1. Here's where the cage closed. Season 1. The rules. The show opens on a child at a window. Her name is Megan Pratt. It's dark outside, and someone who looks like her grandmother is standing on the lawn asking to be let in.
You don't look like my grandma.
She's not your grandma.
I'm so lonely.
Baby, please just...
Maybe I can come in.
She opens the window. Her mother Lauren dies first. Megan dies second.
You can't? You can't? Huh? Fucking look at her! Look at her!
Before that night, this town had gone 96 days without a death. That number matters because it tells you these people had learned to survive here. There was a system, and the system had just failed. Into that, the show drops the Matthews family, Jim, Tabitha, teenage Julie, and young Ethan, who take a detour and end up on a road that doesn't go anywhere.
Well, there was an exit about a mile back. I think we're gonna have to circle around.
They drive out. They arrive back where they started. They drive out again. Same result. The man who explains it to them is Boyd Stevens.
No, not a problem. We were just wrapping up.
Well, we got on a detour off the highway and cell service around here.
Nobody elected him sheriff. He appointed himself because someone had to. And Boyd gives them the rules. There are things in the woods. They come out at night. They wear human faces and they smile. And they are polite. And they will stand outside your door for hours asking to be let in. They cannot come in on their own. Someone inside has to open the door. Hanging on every door and every window is a talisman, a small carved stone. As long as it hangs, they can't enter.
They would protect the houses in town. I don't know why it works, but you got one of those, you keep the doors and windows shut, they can't get in.
That's the whole survival strategy. A rock on a string and the discipline not to answer when something you love calls your name. But here's the thing. The monsters were never the hardest part. The town splits into 2 camps. There's the township, where Boyd enforces the rules. And there's Colony House, a separate faction led by Donna, living apart, running things their own way.
Down and open the door! You said not to let anybody in here. Never open the door after dark.
I know you're scared, but are you really gonna let those people die?
2 groups, same trap. Incompatible ideas about how to live inside it. That fracture becomes a body count. Frank Pratt loses his wife and daughter in that cold open, and he doesn't survive the aftermath. He ends up in the box, and the box means the night. What happens to him out there happens on screen. Then there's Sarah Myers. Sarah hears voices. The voices tell her that killing people sends them home, that death is the exit, and she's been chosen to open the door. She believes it, and she kills Toby McRae with a metal rod through the throat. Her brother Nathan dies inside the same storyline. Sarah is the first sign that this town doesn't only hunt you, it talks to you, it recruits, and it takes the one person holding the community's soul together. Father Kotri, the priest, dies late in the season with his throat opened.
Okay, it's okay. No. It's okay. Let me stop the bleeding. No, please. You're okay. No. You're okay. No. You're okay.
He keeps appearing to Boyd afterward, as a vision, as a hallucination, as whatever this place uses to speak in a voice you'd trust. Meanwhile, the show is quietly laying the real foundation. There's Victor, grown man, trapped here since he was a child, speaking in fragments, drawing pictures nobody can read.
I made you a drawing. You can keep it if you want.
He's not confused. He's the only one who remembers. There are symbols carved in a cave, a shape that recurs that nobody can translate. Victor leads Tabitha into that space and tells her exactly what it is.
It's not safe here. This is where they sleep.
And there are the two acts that break everything open. Tabitha starts digging into a cellar floor, downward, toward something. Jim builds a radio tower out of scrap, trying to reach anyone outside.
Mayday, mayday! Can anyone out there hear me? This is an SOS call. We need help.
In the season 1 finale, the radio answers, not static, a man's voice, calm, patient, and specific.
Whoa, slow down. Is this Jim?
Sorry, what?
Jim Matthews.
Who is this?
Your wife shouldn't be digging that hole, Jim.
Think about that for a second. Something out there knows Jim's name, knows he has a wife, knows what she's doing in a basement in a town with no address. The rules were never the story. The rules were the fence. Season 1 was about learning where the fence was. Season 2 is about finding out somebody built it. If that radio voice landed the way it should have, here's what to do. Subscribe and hit the bell. We go this deep on the shows worth arguing about every week. And if this breakdown earned it, hit the like and hype buttons below. It's the single best way to make sure more people find this. Now let's keep going. Season 2. The Way Out. Season 2 moves the show underground. Boyd goes into the tower. Beneath it, in a dungeon, he finds a man who's been down there longer than anyone can account for. His name is Martin.
We had a deal. You said you would kill me. Jeez.
And Martin does something to Boyd that the show still hasn't fully explained. He infects him, worms, living, moving, inside Boyd's body.
Let go, Martin. My blood is your blood now.
Boyd spends most of the season believing he's been turned into a weapon, and in one sense, he has. Later that season, he transfers the worms into one of the creatures, and it kills it. The first time anyone in this town has killed one of those things on purpose. Then the worms are gone, out of his body. No more supply, no explanation of the mechanism, no rules for how it worked, nothing to build on. Season 2 also introduces the show's cruelest monster, and it isn't one of the smiling ones. It's a music box. Whoever hears it goes under. Julie, Marielle, Randall, dropped into coma states while something invisible tortures them in a place nobody else can reach. Their bodies are lying in a room in front of people who love them, and there is nothing anyone can do. Boyd destroys the box. They come back, and the show has made its point. This place doesn't just kill you. It has ways of hurting you that don't leave a mark. Underneath all of it, the mythology thickens. Trees that aren't trees. The show calls them faraway trees, a word carved into stone that nobody can pronounce with confidence. Ain Kui, Jade, an obsessive who can't stop chasing the symbol, follows it into the tunnels. And then the finale does something no episode before it had done. Tabitha follows a vision to a lighthouse, a structure that is not supposed to exist here, that most residents cannot see. She climbs to the top. A child is waiting for her, a boy dressed in white.
I'm sorry. I really am.
He pushes her out the window. She falls roughly 50 feet. And she wakes up in a hospital bed in a normal town, in the real world, where a nurse tells her hikers found her on a trail. Let that sink in. For 2 full seasons, this show insisted there was no way out. Then it showed you one, and made the toll for using it a 50-foot drop, and a question about whether you're still alive when you land. Harold Perrineau was asked directly, before the finale aired, whether anyone was going to die in it. His answer to TV Insider was that it depends on your definition of death, and that maybe you have to die to leave this town. That's where the trap was, not the fence, the price of the gate. Season 3. Who You Were Before. Season 3 opens by confirming the escape was real and then charging for it. Tabitha wakes up outside. She is genuinely out, and she finds her way back in because her children are still there.
Why don't you have a seat? It's okay. It's all right. No one's gonna hurt you.
In the same premiere, the show does the ugliest thing it has ever done. Tien Chen Liu is taken to the barn and tortured to death slowly, while Boyd is handcuffed in the room and made to watch.
Let her go! Ah, motherfuck you! I'm gonna fucking kill you!
He is the sheriff. He is the man who makes the rules that keep people alive. And he is furniture. Randall gets a version of the same treatment 3 episodes later and is left tied to the windshield of the ambulance as a message.
Handcuffs. What? You have handcuffs. Hand me the keys.
Thanks. I don't have them.
By episode 8, Martin is back, dragged into it through Julie.
He needs the rope. Please.
And then comes the finale, the episode where From finally stops asking and starts answering. 2 answers, back to back. The first, Tabitha and Jade are not new here. Tabitha is a reincarnation of a woman named Miranda. Jade is a reincarnation of a man named Christopher.
The first law of thermodynamics is that energy can neither be created nor destroyed. It can only change from one form to another.
They were among the first residents of this place. Back when Victor was a boy, they tried to save the children. They failed, and they have come back over and over, across lifetimes, into new bodies to try again. That's why they see things nobody else sees. That's why the town keeps putting them in the same room. They can be killed. It doesn't matter. They return. The second answer walks out of the dark wearing a yellow suit. The man in yellow, the show's actual antagonist, finally on screen.
That Jade sure can play.
He finds Jim Matthews, and he tells him 2 things before he opens his throat. He says knowledge comes at a cost.
This didn't have to happen, you know. Back up. But knowledge comes with a cost.
And he says Jim's wife shouldn't have dug that hole.
Your wife shouldn't have dug that hole, Jim.
Same line, 2 seasons later. He was the voice on the radio the entire time. Jim dies. The father of the family this show started with, gone in the 3rd season finale, and the man who killed him has been watching since episode 10 of season 1. And there's one more thing in that finale. Fatima, pregnant, gives birth, and what comes out of her is not a child. It grows into one of them. Specifically, it becomes Smiley, a creature the audience already knows, reborn. Which reframes everything you've watched. The monsters aren't a species, they're a cycle. They were people once, and at some point, they made a bargain. Immortality, paid for with children. The town isn't haunted, it's a contract. Season 4, the cost. Season 4 brings in one new face, and she's the season, Sophia. Introduced as a sheltered pastor's daughter, arriving like every other lost traveler.
The girl in the background, she looks just like you.
That's because it is me.
She isn't. The season reveals her as the man in yellow, or as his vessel, depending on how you read the mechanics. The finale is called If a Tree Falls in the Forest, and it is the closest this show has come to an ending. Tabitha and Jade get beneath the bottle tree, the conduit, the thing that connects this place to the lighthouse. In the chamber below it, they find what everything has been pointing at since the first cave drawing, the bones of the Ankui children.
No, Tabitha. Hey, stay with me. We're almost there. Tabitha.
They believe the bones are the key. Take them, and the bargain breaks. To reach them, they have to pull the bottle tree up by the roots, and when they do, the chamber's protection comes up with it. Then the sky goes out, an eclipse. Day turned to night in the middle of the afternoon, and for the first time, the creatures can walk in daylight.
They can't come into the light, Jade. They can't come into the light.
An earthquake follows, then the storm. At the clinic, the tremor knocks a talisman off its nail. That's all it takes. Smiley gets in, and Marielle is disemboweled in the room she'd spent 4 seasons keeping people alive in.
Get the fuck out!
Elgin gets offered a bargain by Sophia. He refuses it, and he prays instead. She takes his hands and squeezes until he bleeds from his mouth and his eyes.
You are my eternal salvation. Austin said you liberated me.
People in your prayers.
Underground, Sophia cuts the rope ladder. Tabitha falls. The chamber collapses. Tabitha and Jade are buried deeper than anyone has ever been.
Are you okay?
and Fatima makes the choice the season was built for. She's been becoming one of them since the 3rd season finale. In the tunnels, she stops fighting it. She turns all the way, and she holds the line so Boyd, Ellis, Jade, and Tabitha can get out with the bones. She looks at Ellis, her husband, and says 4 words.
You have to go.
What?
I can buy you time.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Remember who I was?
She's still standing when they leave. She just isn't Fatima anymore. The last scene of season 4 is 2 figures meeting in the forest, the man in yellow and the boy in white.
You're gonna lose this time.
I've always admired your optimism.
And what it tells you is that the boy is not on his side. He may be on theirs. And nobody, in all of it, across every cycle, has ever gotten this far. Showrunner Jeff Pinkner said afterward that the point of that scene was to show the man in yellow doesn't know how this ends either. It's not a prophecy. It's a story unfolding in real time, and he's inside it too. What's actually been answered? Now here's where I have to slow down and play it straight with you. The fan theories about this town are flying. Some people think it's purgatory. Others believe it's a simulation, or an experiment, or something folkloric, a bargain realm out of old European stories, with changelings and tithes and rules about invitation. None of that is confirmed. What we do know is this. The show has answered real things. Tabitha and Jade are reincarnated residents. The man in yellow is the antagonist. He killed Jim, and he was the radio voice. There is a genuine exit through the lighthouse. The monsters were people who traded children for immortality, and they can be reborn. The boy in white appears to be on the resident's side, and the show has not answered the only question anyone actually asks. What is this place? Where is it? Who built it? And why? 4 seasons, 40 episodes, and that one is still sealed. That's the case against From, and it's a fair one. This show is directed by Jack Bender, who directed Lost. It's run by Jeff Pinkner, who wrote on Lost. It stars Harold Perrineau, who was on Lost. The comparison isn't lazy, it's the resume. But the other half of the record is just as real. From holds a 96% critic score on Rotten Tomatoes across its first 3 seasons, with an 80% audience score. It won Best Horror Television Series at the Saturn Awards in February 2025. MGM Plus calls it the most watched series in the network's history. Though I'll be straight with you, no network releases hard numbers for that claim, so it's a superlative, not a measurement. And the ending isn't in question. In April 2026, 4 days before season 4 premiered, MGM Plus renewed the show for a 5th and final season. Creator John Griffin told The Hollywood Reporter that 5 seasons was always the goal. He said the death of Jim felt like the end of the beginning, and that season 4 felt, very naturally, like the beginning of the end. He was offered the chance to make a 6th. He turned it down. He said if they made it, it would be for them, because it's just too hard to say goodbye. So the mystery box has a floor. Season 5 films in Halifax, Nova Scotia, and it's expected in 2027. 10 episodes left. Every answer they've been holding, or the biggest bill in modern television, comes due. Before you go, if this is the kind of breakdown you want more of, consider joining the channel as a member. Members get their comments prioritized so I see them first, early access to videos before anyone else, exclusive loyalty badges, and you're directly supporting the research behind these deep dives. Hit join below. Now tell me in the comments, is From building to something, or has it been stalling since season 2? I read every single one. If you want every breakdown like this, like the video and subscribe. See you in the next one.